Oh my
And
gosh.
that is why I will never watch a Shakespeare play while naked. Oh, hi! I
Yeah.
didn't see you there.
That's an interesting story.
Yeah,
Through
it's a
what
very
light
interesting.
the window breaks.
I don't see the problem.
Well, since you're watching, it's all dark in there, so I mean, nobody will probably see you. Maybe the people
But
right next to you, but
the glow of the TV screen lights.
Aye, 'tis the dawn, 'tis the east.
That
Nay.
got out of hand quickly.
they did.
Anyway, hi, we are Alignment Shift.
What do you
I
mean
am
lobby?
joined.
Do you mean? Sorry.
At least
asked
according
about
Shakespeare
that,
and not
and no one else has
Chaucer.
heard of that. No one I know has heard of that.
Continue.
It stuck with me.
We are Alignment Shift. I am joined by the gracious George, the ecstatic Elena,
Hello.
the
Why?
marvelous Mackenzie,
What the hell?
Hello.
the awesome AJ,
Yeah, that's a lie.
There is no Peggy.
the surreptitious. Oh, I did say Elena, didn't I? The surreptitious Stephen,
What does surreptitious mean?
the positively identified Peggy.
Yes. Hello.
What?
We're
She,
trying to find adjective.
she got 2 words. I'm just kidding.
All right.
Anyway,
Peggy is a hard word to find.
anyway, we're
Anyway.
right behind.
And I don't get it.
I don't get paid enough.
The perky Peggy.
There you go.
And me, your DM. Roll the intro.
Dynamic.
I'm not surreptitious.
Everyone be very...
Be very what?
Okay, I don't know. I don't know where I was going. Welcome back. Per usual, the conversation during the intro is just the funniest. I really wish you could hear it, but you can't. So, anyway, picking up where we left off, the party has returned to the city of Amman. A city on the brink. After having retrieved the skull of Pervan and the spine of the wand of Orcus, the two halves now closer than they have been in a long time. The party had teleported their way back to Amman, made their way through the city, wherein they discovered a recent protest, or gathering even, on the docks in which food, fruit, vegetables, bread, was being passed out to the people courtesy of the unthroned king. A contingent of guards had been watching, but most of the party decided to move on. However, Elena Johann most decided to move on, but Eldores and Elena decided to investigate, keeping an eye on the Legion of the Dethroned and the guards. As tensions began to rise and the conversation became heated, a member of the Legion of Dethroned who had been standing upon the podium was led off by the captain of the guard that had harassed Wyatt earlier, or not Wyatt, Mackenzie earlier. And as he was brought to the crowd, began booing and jeering and throwing the fresh produce that had been recently unloaded from the ship.
What a waste of vegetables.
For people starving, they are wasteful with their food, aren't they?
Yeah.
Both Elena and Eldores hastily kind of made their way toward the crowd in an effort to stop this. Eldora's pausing, trying to figure out the best way to distract people without causing a stampede, and Elena successfully navigating her way through the crowd and trying to peel people off the guards, when suddenly a gunshot rang across the rooftops, striking the lead protester in the chest, killing him on the spot as he fell to the ground. The crowd began to revolt, pressing into the guards, tearing them back and further into the city of Amman. Eldores managed to notice the shooter on the roof, a figure in all black clothing with a long flowing black cape and a long rifle, leaping across the rooftops. They managed to sway some people in the crowd to chase after the sniper on the roof, but to little avail convincing them that it wasn't a planned assassination or wasn't the guards or anything. Left alone with the body, Elena and Eldores attempted some first aid, but found him beyond the capabilities of a simple regeneration. At this point, would have required a revivify, which neither of them had the ability to administer, and he was gone. So hastily, Elena and Eldores made their way back to Castle Greyskull, as the city behind them emits a low orange glow to the skyline, as the city is partly on fire. And that is where we pick up tonight's session, as Eldores and Elena are entering the gate, looking off into the horizon at the smokestacks that rise from the commercial district into the pitch black sky illuminating.
What the hell was that all about?
People revolting because they're not pleased and a martyr being created.
I got that much. A shooter.
Hmm.
I mean, a third party? What?
Potentially one of Drasig's men himself. Luckily, from your description, I know it's not my brother.
Could it be one of his men?
Drasig's or my brother?
Your brother?
I don't know.
I mean, I don't know your brother very well. I think he's a bit of an asshole, but
So
would he stoop that?
I don't know. He's gotten more hungry for power recently, so I don't know how low he would stoop. I hope he would not stoop that low. Don't really have a way to ask a question. Or Vale has that crystal thing, correct?
I think so. Yeah, she's got some tool that she uses to communicate with someone she can see from great distances away. Maybe that might be a help, but
Well,
won't
if we
sell.
could see, potentially speak to my brother to see if he knows anything.
Perhaps.
I mean, Vale, Glaive also has a way to speak to him. So that's Glaive.
Can I have a perception check from the two of you?
Oh crap!
Cal, I take the shot. Come on. No witnesses.
Perception.
Yes.
15.
One second, sorry.
Come on, Elena, with your god rolls. Let's go.
18.
Okay.
Better.
You're gonna say 8.
Obviously not good enough.
Continue.
Oh, I'm so stressed out.
Doris
Oh,
drops dead.
I think we.
Elena doesn't notice.
I'm so I'm so nervous now.
Well, Doris doesn't even notice.
I'm so nervous now.
So where are we? Like, where are we in the city?
You're at Grayskull Keep. You were just entering the courtyard. I am my imagination standing out in the courtyard of Grayskull Keep. The illuminated skyline in the background as you're standing in the safe walls
So-
of Grayskull.
We're within range of everybody then.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, yeah, he's Uldoris is immediately grabbing his earring thing or whatever it is. All hands on deck. I think that's the word.
What time is it?
3 a.m.
Oh, shit.
Xavier would be already in his room now.
Yeah, I think most of us would be. Oh, this better be good. Alright, I'm up. I'm up.
Come
I'm
to
up.
the courtyard.
I will reluctantly head to the court.
Sapala does not seem to rouse.
She's tired.
She's very tired.
Classics of Bob.
I go on ahead up.
Okay. And Xavier?
He's asleep.
Okay.
Wow.
So Vale and Glaive, you make your way to the courtyard. Xavier does not join you and has not responded to the earring.
So
Vale and Glaive, as you come out, you see the look on Elena and Oldora's faces, and you follow their gaze, trailing northbound to the horizon, and you see the stacks of smoke rising from the city and the slight orange glow cast upon the clouds.
All I could hear is Chris Farley going, "What did you do?"
Give me
I
time.
was going to say it.
Calm down. Jeez.
What the hell?
What?
You
What
know
the
what?
jump
You know
the
what,
gun?
George, on the
Yeah.
count of 3. 1, 2, 3. What
What did you
do?
do? Left you alone for 10 minutes.
Why is the city on fire?
it's been longer than 10 minutes, Vale. And there was a revolt and a martyr created, essentially. So we went to the protest. Okay.
I'm following.
There was a dude who was, speeching it up, trying to get people rallied for Jurassic's side of the Civil War, I guess.
So you challenged him to a very logical debate, facts and figures. Okay.
I did not.
You
Oh my
threatened to
god.
shoot him.
No, I did not.
Okay, good.
Surprising.
The Amon Guard attempted to arrest him. He was going with them. Then the crowds were not pleased, and they started to attack. And then all of a sudden,
All of a sudden.
He
There was
was
Sweden.
shot from a
Elena,
sniper.
no,
I
you
shot
can't.
him. He was shot by a rifle. I do not use rifles. From a roof.
Wait. You do not use rifles from the roof, or you do not use rifles?
I do not use rifles.
And can I get one more perception check from everyone out in the courtyard?
Oh boy.
Take the shot.
Yeah, no, not for me.
And Cass is upstairs, passed out from a heart attack.
And Cass is the shooter.
Oh no.
Oh, God.
She's been
20
faking all these heart attacks.
24.
A lot less.
7.
Where did the thing go?
12.
Sorry, I'm using the app. Perception. Here. 17.
Okay, continue your talk.
Well, I got a 24. I didn't see anything.
Nope.
Wow.
Cow.
I really wish I'd messaged Cal earlier and just like, yeah, I'm making funny faces at them.
So we don't know if it's potentially Drassix killed him, if it was a third party, if it was my brother who ordered somebody to kill him. So, yeah.
Oliver doesn't really seem like the kind of guy to hire someone to do that.
To do his dirty work?
Yeah. I would imagine he'd be all showboaty about it.
Potentially. I don't.
What?
There's a word in German. It's I don't remember the word, but it means you're not wrong. You're just an asshole.
That's That's
Yes,
That's
this is true.
7 syllables.
I may have been hasty, but I pointed out the shooter among the crowd, or I announced him among the crowd. I don't know if that was a good.
How far is the city?
Mile or two.
Is there any way that we could potentially speak to my brother? I know that you have your crystal ball, but I don't know if you can. You have message glaive.
Elena, I have a much more important spell right now. Control
Okay.
water. Can you take me to some place that has a lot of water so I can start fixing this mess?
I don't think we're going to be able to fix this. At least not
I
in a
can
time.
put out the fire.
You can put
It's a
out-
big
yeah.
city.
Yeah,
How
it's a
much of
big-
it is on fire?
You can't really tell from here. I mean, it looks like 1 or 2 fires in the center area. Maybe I think you probably see about 3 large glows that are
Maybe.
spewing up.
Yeah.
But let me, like, from your side perspective, I mean, you can't really see where they are, but from a metagame perspective, we'll go
You
over
can't
here.
really see where they are.
Luckily I installed a large mirror in the sky.
Luckily, you installed a large mirror in the sky.
Yeah.
But
Knew that would come in handy one day.
there's probably one around, from your guess, just looking at the city. Actually, make a survival check.
Survival.
Survival.
Can
Whoever
I?
wants to know where fires are, make a survival.
15.
Okay.
Well, I kick butt at survivals. $23.
Okay. So Elena, with your 23, you're able to see that there's a fire. Like you're guessing by the angle of the smokestacks, they're glow on the horizon. There's definitely at least 1 in the port and 2 in the central district, probably about there-ish and there-ish.
Oh, right.
Oh, so none of the important districts.
The port brings in things like,
I'm kidding.
Yeah.
sometimes I don't know.
Yeah, I take you to where water is near those fires. We can attempt to put them out.
Great. We're going to be doing it in the name of your brother. I hate him, and I'm going to punch him in the face if I see him. Let's go.
All right. Let's go. Should we awaken Xavier before we leave?
I cast sending, and I scream really loud in Xavier's ear.
Just sending through volume?
Oh, jeez. I'm sitting there having like a really nice dream. All of a sudden, I see Mini Glaive just pop up. Hi, Glaive. Ah!
That's awesome.
Open mouth scream.
Fun fact about sending: you have 25 words. There is nothing about syllables,
That is
so I can
fair.
scream for a good minute.
And then still have several words.
Yeah.
We're going to the city to fix problems.
Wow.
Are you coming or are you not?
Damn. Thought I had a rude awakening.
Fuck.
Appropriate response. Okay, to be fair, the duration is 1 round.
Oh, it is? I didn't see that. Oh, crap.
Which,
Okay.
I don't know, fitting 25 words in 6 seconds is annoying.
I thought. Yeah. Okay.
Oh. Oh,
The city is on fire.
I like to think we just sit here seeing Glaive just scream.
I can't tell if that
Or we just wait to see if it works.
well, I'm probably awake.
I like to think he didn't tell us he was casting Sending.
I'm just.
I didn't.
I was just.
Are
I
you
don't
okay?
know. I don't know if this is magic or if this is. Was that? I feel like that was just a dream. All these are being sent through the sending. I hope that was just a dream.
Glaive, why are you screaming?
That was my-
Just go get him.
That was my message.
Oh.
Give a response. You can respond to this message.
That was my response, but it was just him like talking to himself more or less.
Oh, he's crazy.
Well, Xavier's going to be frustrating. Does anybody have a water balloon?
No.
Well, you know he's up because he responded, quote unquote.
Oh,
So you
I thought
could
you said
use
you were
the
going
ear-
back to bed.
No,
He thinks he's going back to
I'm
bed.
awake tonight, and I'm in range of the earrings.
Ah.
Yeah, we should go.
All right, he should be in range, or he should be able to hear the earrings now.
Xavier,
He's
the
awake.
city is on fire. We're going to fix it. Potential.
Holy shit.
Fuck, it wasn't a dream.
Damn it, I did light the city on fire in my sleep.
I will walk down fucking half a rest.
Oh, what's that like?
Yeah, I'm not rested at all.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
I will join
Unfortunately,
them.
I am not a waterbender.
I am. I just need you guys to make sure I don't get shot.
Bucket train, let's go.
Right.
Alright, I will join them.
All right. So you walk the hour back toward the city. As you
We hustling a little bit, or because
Are
I
you
don't know
gonna
about you guys, but I can make a mile in faster than an hour.
Don't we have horses here?
about 2 hours. It's about 2
I-
miles.
I can make 2 miles in faster than an hour.
There,
Yeah.
there
It's
might
80
be
miles.
a stable at Grayskull Key.
There is. You don't have any horses at it.
Oh, damn.
Not that are yours. There might be horses there, but you would have to look.
I really really want to sit down and just make my own horse. I have a spell for that.
All right, let's just hustle it, okay, guys?
There's a spell for that.
Just run.
Okay, yes, let's go.
All right. So you guys hustle it a little bit faster. You make the 2 mile walk in, let's say, half an hour.
That's walking speed. Yes,
Look, I'm not good at walking speed. Okay.
it's 4 miles an hour.
It's 4 miles an hour.
Is a brisk walk.
All right. So you make it in 20 minutes. How's that? Is that better?
Yes.
I like it.
All right, so you guys are very quickly heading toward the city. As you get closer to the walls, you see one of the lights in the sky has begun to kind of dim closer toward the port district. And the central district still appears to have their fires. And as you come into the city, you see a very large contingent of guards practically running through all the streets. People are being ushered back into their homes. There is a large number of people that have been apprehended and forced into the gutter of the street and are laying on their bellies with their arms tied behind their backs, and some of the guards like standing above them holding pikes and halberds. As you come into the gates, immediately a rush of horses nearly topples right into you as they charge through the streets at full gallop. You hear like screams and crashes from nearby alleyways. Nevertheless, you push your way through to the central district, and you see 2 medium-sized fires at this point next to along the riverside, where there is a oh crap! I had a name for them too. Where did it go? Not the fire brigade.
Oh, the hydromancers.
Hydromancers, that was it.
Yeah.
A contingent of about 15 hydromancers are pulling water from the river and are pushing it out onto the buildings, which is this billowing steam and black smoke. But also it appears to be kind of pushing back against them as they're all putting in more water and it's blowing out through the windows.
Hey, Vale, how strong are you?
Not.
Who's the strongest one here besides me?
Well, I have a 14th strength.
On a scale of 1 to 20.
I'm a 14.
On an arbitrary scale of, say, 1 to 20, with 10 being average.
Okay, so I'm gonna have to cannonball myself in there.
Yeah, I'm. Can I run up to one of the?
I can
Hydromancers?
life flight you.
Yes, you can run up to one of the hydromancers.
Is there anyone trapped inside?
We don't know. We're just trying to keep it under control so it doesn't spread.
All right. Well, I'm against my better judgment, wrap my cloak tight and run inside.
Wait, don't go in there!
Well, look for
You're not going in
survivors.
without me. And I
Well,
go
better
in.
keep up.
As the two of you go running in, two of the hydromancers are going to stop casting and actually try to grapple you.
Good luck.
Wait,
Actually,
where are
I
they
always
pulling
fail
water
grapple
from?
checks.
Hold on, where are they pulling water from?
River.
The river.
There's like water. There's like waterways and shit.
Then control water would be super destructive. Oh my.
Oh dear.
So Vale, that was a 15 to grapple?
And I can roll acrobatics, right?
Yep.
Oh, son of a bitch! I rolled a Sarenrae die. Come on. Well,
Sarenrae wants you to die.
it's
Is
14.
it 14? So as Vale turns to go running into the building, the
I've
hydromancer
never
just
succeeded a grapple check.
she actually she grabs you by the ponytail and you go to run forward and kind of clothesline yourself and she holds you down. Like, no, don't go in there. It's too dangerous.
How tall is how many story
Do
building?
your
is
job,
this?
I'll do mine.
What was that, Xavier?
Is this like a 2-story, 3-story? Like how tall? Is this?
This is about a 4-story building.
Okay, I will fly up and from the outside try to look in through the flames, see if I do see anybody.
Make a perception check.
Yeah, through the fire. Hey, redirect flow isn't super destructive.
There you go.
You said perception. That is a 22.
22, okay. Glancing through the fire, you can't see any signs of life. You don't hear any screams or anything from within the building, but it's very hard for you to see into the building. It's very bright, and the billowing smoke is blocking practically everything.
Is there any way to smother it with? Does anybody have like air magic or like?
I'm
I
just
would have a
gonna
giant
use control
fucking
water
hand to
and
use,
redirect
but-
flow, so I can just have it worm its way into the
House.
floorboards at the bottom of the house and force its way up.
Well,
Okay.
what I'm going, Xavier, just to get this out of the way, Xavier will be continuously flying around the building, and as soon as he spots anybody, let me know.
Okay.
Uldoris is going to position himself at one of the corners of the house, and he's going to draw the shadows towards himself, and it's going to start crystallizing on his hands. You're going to see like frost start collecting around his hands, and he's going to prepare Ray of Frost to
Okay.
try and counter the fire.
Actually, will this help? I don't think this will help.
Xavier, from as you are rotating, as you make it toward the back of the building, you do see a collapsed portion and a number of not living remains on the inside.
That's not what I wanted to find.
In the back, where there's a collapsed portion, the roof has completely caved in. The family did not appear to make it out.
No, don't say that, Cal.
I mean, he just did.
No. Shh.
No. I will continue to look for anybody that is still with us.
I'd like to break free.
Make a strength check.
I'd like to.
It's not strength or acrobatics.
Strength or acrobatics.
Yay!
I'm rolling really good.
I've yet to succeed in escaping a hug check. They haven't really checked me. Thank you, Saren Ray. 20.
Perfect. She actually manages to hold you down pretty well, but just you worm your way out and make your way.
And I'm going to cast Control Flames and extinguish a 5-foot cube in front of me as I run in.
Okay. As you run in, it appears to be a kind of residential, I struggle to say apartment building, a medieval, normally brick masonry building, kind of Victorian style. As you push out, you're in the kind of entryway of the building. There's a large staircase directly in front of you, kind of like reception desk area to your right, and kind of greeting area to the left.
All right. What was to the right?
Reception desk.
What was left? Then what's left?
Greeting area.
What's forward? Am I playing Zork now? Go forward.
Flaming staircase.
Let's put that out. Or
Okay.
a 5-foot cube of that out. And then run up the wall.
I just had a really stupid thought.
Okay.
Me too.
Hey, Vale,
Uh-oh.
if you're going for a path, tell me where you're going so I can make water make not bad.
And at this point, as he's saying that, by the way, water is seeping through the ceiling, and as it hits your skin, it is boiling hot.
Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. That's why I was going up the wall.
It's still dripping through the floorboards and such, but you have resistance to fire, correct?
I do.
All right, so you
Oh, this is
take
perfect.
five points of fire damage as it kind of just burns your skin a bit.
That's fine. You should do the entire building. You have a wider effect range than I do.
You are telling me to use
Go ahead.
Whirlpool. Understood.
No.
I run quicker.
I run quicker.
I've just created the deadliest American Ninja Warrior, of course.
Yeah.
At this point, you make your way up to the first floor of the building, and you do see a long corridor that's just billowing with smoke. The fire in here does not appear to be as spread. It appears to be on the higher levels and the ground floor, but the middle here is currently just filled with this billowing black smoke. Make a perception check with disadvantage.
Yeah, I'll call up if you're alive. Perception with disadvantage.
And a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, cool. All right. Well, the perception's 12.
Okay.
Con save?
Yep.
Oh my god, so many con saves.
I know.
I have no idea what a lady can do.
Let's hope
She
you're not
dies
getting
this.
conned out of it.
Ah, excellent. The die that just rolled a 16 got a natural 1 this time.
Okay. You are struggling to see through the smoke. It begins to sting your eyes. You notice that a number of the doors are open, as if people ran out, but you can't quite see all the way down the hallway as the black smoke is just billowing and billowing through the building, and you begin to cough and choke and are having a very hard time breathing. You can't stay in here long.
All right. Checking what I can.
So what are you going to check? Let's say perception-wise, like say
any closed doors.
So all the doors that you can see with a 12 perception check were open, and they were the closest ones to you. And then beyond that is just a wall of smoke, and you cannot tell if those doors are open or closed.
I'm gonna use control flames as much as I can to get fire away from me.
Mm-hmm.
The
fire is good right now. You're just dealing with billowing smoke.
All right. I'll stay low if I can to try and stay out of it as much as possible and move towards the far end.
Okay. Make another perception check without disadvantage.
Yay! Which die doesn't hate me? Just kidding. They all do. 25.
Okay.
How's that? I hate you.
Out of 8 doors in the hallway, 7 of them are already left open. There is one door on the end of the hall that is still locked.
Locked? Ah, jeez.
I have a worse idea.
Oh. I do too. What's
Cause
yours?
The water level. You cause the water level of all standing water in the area to rise as much as 20 feet.
Oh no, 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 no.
I
If the area
mean,
includes
Let's
a
drown
shore,
Vale in a burning building.
it's not how I thought I'd go out,
That's funny. Let's
though it might be preferable.
I mean, I could do it all at once instead of boiling you alive.
Does the door look structurally compromised?
Pretty well.
I will attempt to kick it in.
Strength check.
Yeah, I was afraid of that.
Or just roll. You know what? You're a monk, actually. Roll to hit.
Yay! That's much better.
Okay.
That's like
I like that. You know, you're a monk.
30.
Just roll to hit.
30. Roll your damage.
yay!
He's a monk. He breaks boards.
It's what he do.
She.
It's what she do.
She.
It's what she do.
10.
All right,
Bludgeon.
the door splinters open inside. Some thick gray smoke comes billowing out as it does. You push your way past it all, running into the room, and inside you see about 3 gnomish people huddled in the corner.
Oh, thank God they're gnomes.
I'm gonna kick you. I'm
'Cause
gonna
I can-
go to your house and kick you.
Because I can carry them.
Oh.
You're also a halfling.
What? Okay,
Continue.
I will. I assume there's a window in this room.
There is. It looks like it has been blown outward.
Perfect.
You could make a frost slide.
That sounds dope.
Or, you
I'm
know,
gonna try and grab all of the gnomes and hurl myself from the window.
Or, you know,
Oh,
wave
not
down
making
Xavier,
you
who's flying around the building.
I heard grab the gnomes and fly and jump out the window is what I heard.
I have snowfall. I'm good.
Okay. So I
Baby
guess
down.
just as you come running toward them, most of them kind of latch onto you. Appears to be an older man, an older
Perfect.
woman, and a younger woman.
Hang on tight.
Make a strength check.
Oh.
Thunk.
Can I attack gravity?
Nope.
No.
I attack gravity.
On the table.
I attack the darkness.
Ooh. Well, oh. I actually thought it was an attack roll for a minute. I was like, okay, it's not so bad. Oh, it's not an attack roll.
Can,
4?
Oh god.
Oh.
Did you say a 4?
I did. I am not strong.
Wait, why is he doing a strength
They're
check?
only gnomes.
You bounce
I
off the
can't.
window.
I can't fall out an open window with
Hang
gnomes attached to me.
Hang
What an interesting circumstance.
on. I need to make one of the worst rolls of my life.
No.
The gnome gonna shank me?
So as you jump out the window with all 3 gnomes, the jostling motion causes the older woman of the gnomes to break free of your grasp, and she actually just straight up falls about 20 feet to the ground.
20 feet. I thought that
Can
was
I
the first
rush-
floor.
Second floor. I said you went up the stairs.
I thought you said
did
said
go up
first
the
floor.
stairs.
I know,
You
Ground-
but
went up the stairs.
Ground floor, first floor, second
I thought-
floor.
that's a 20-foot. Okay, whatever.
I rush over to the old woman and cast Cure Wounds.
Heads up.
Yeah, her head went up.
As she's laying there, and you can see her legs kind of twisted at an odd angle, you cast Cure Wounds and kind of
Oh no, I wanted to set it up.
it sets, but it's a kind
Magic
of
auto sets it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and Vale comes kind of lightly landing next to you, Elena.
I said hold up.
Fail. Is the woman
Clear the
okay?
area.
Are you
Drop
okay?
him. Pull him away from the building.
You pull
I'm
pull.
gonna pull and just end the fire.
Just get him away from the fire.
I hope that's not the. I hope that's the only family.
So there's nobody else I see flying around.
From where you're looking at the second floor, you can't see anything inside that's not just a blazing inferno.
I forgot about Xavier. I'm sorry.
He's
My
fine.
headset keeps coming in and out.
You,
No, I wanted to ask him a question.
Oh,
What's up?
are you fireproof?
Do you see anyone else in the building? If not, I'm bringing the fire building down.
Oh shit.
There was a family, but they did not make it. I see nobody
Is
else.
that a no?
Bring it down.
I whirlpool, and I just do my best to shatter the thing and bring it down, so it smolders and suffocates itself.
Okay, so you begin to control the water. It lifts up from the river surrounding the burning building. All the hydromancers around you kind of look back, see what you're doing, and begin to cast their own water into the whirlpool that you are generating around the building.
Oh god.
As it raises up through the structure, you watch as the wood begins to kind of splinter and buckle, surrounding in a kind of almost tornado around the building. The smoke begins to get darker and deeper, filling the air above. You hear the almost satisfying hissing sound of fires being extinguished on the inside. The fire comes to a dull roar and then finally goes silent. As the whirlpool rescinds, you see the building standing before you, soaked, and the wood buckling, and you just hear this.
Hear what? Okay.
Silence.
As all the soggy wood caves in on itself, and the entire structure into rubble. There's actually a round of applause from a group of onlookers that had been watching as this transpires, and the general populace kind of gives a cheer to the pyromancers and yourself.
Oh, the pyromancers.
Hydromancers.
They're all
This
villains.
is the
Take them
part where
out.
you all see Glaz's political side.
Uh-oh.
Thank you. Vote to Rolo. And then I go to the next side for fire.
Rolo. Oh my god. Oh my, you just see like a face palm.
Vote to roll.
I almost want to say vote Jurassic just to counter that out.
I guess we're heading to the next
But I
fire.
won't, because I don't give a shit.
I have... Hold on.
Unless we're stopped.
For context, I have the concentration 10 minutes, and I have 5 castings of this spell in total.
I
Including
pick
the
up
one
Glaive
I
and
just
start
used.
running.
As
Wow,
you,
this is a weird change of pace. I'm pretty sure the last time you were carrying me.
as you come to the second fire, glancing down past toward the port, you see that fire is completely out. And as you arrive at the third fire, you see that this one has completely consumed the building. I keep saying pyromancer. The hydromancers have stopped spraying down the building, and they're now spraying water from the river onto the nearby buildings around, and are coating every building in a layer of water that is nearby.
I will take a flight, even though there's probably anybody in there is probably dead. I will take a fly around.
Well,
just
there
to
might
see.
be in the other building.
Elena,
Yes.
Doris,
Yes.
can you make sure that there's nobody in the other buildings in case this gets out of control?
Yes.
Vale, you have the same fire thing that I do. In, out, quick. I want you 12, 18 seconds. Can you
Wait,
do
the
that?
other building has been consumed to fire. It's gone, right?
Looking at it, this one is a blazing inferno all the way down to the first floor, all the way down to the ground floor, actually.
All right. Well,
So
Doris
it's-
goes into the house immediately to the right.
I go to the left.
As you go to run in, a lot of people shout at you, and you hear them shouting like, "Get out of there! It's been evacuated!"
Oh, okay.
All right.
Atlanta runs in anyway. I was about to. that was the real bad looking one?
That was the two nearby buildings, not the actual building that's on fire.
Oh, okay.
Huh, I have fireballs. Let's add to... I'm just kidding.
They're just
Stuff it out, yeah.
they're preventing the other ones from being able to spark.
Yeah.
That's
No,
what
no,
I
no,
want.
no,
And they're evacuated.
That's good. It's called counter burn. You
Yeah, it's
take away all of the oxygen, and the fire can't burn anymore if your fire is hotter.
It is a thing. It's just
not a thing.
maybe we shouldn't practice that now.
You know what? It is magic fire, so it probably doesn't follow the same rules. Never
That's
mind.
also possible.
That's also true.
I'm sitting here looking at all my fire spells like, control flames.
Well, the next thing I could do is just try to hit it with Ray of Frost, but...
Yeah.
I mean, it's better than a fireball.
Pew! Just shooting razors.
Is Fail going to try and do a dash in, dash out?
Yeah.
There is no way to do a dash and dash. Is there?
Wait, which building?
The one on
The-
fire.
The bad one.
The real shitty one?
Yeah.
All right, yeah. I'll spend a key point for Step of the Wind.
Okay, someone's going to try to
So-
grab you again.
Good
As you
luck. I have
run
90
toward
feet
it.
of speed. Does he even see me go in?
Oh, you're just sprinting directly in?
I mean, 90 feet of speed. I 18 seconds.
He is the Flash.
I am
going.
speed.
Flash.
Okay.
I'm not. I'm not standing there going, "Hey guys, I'm going in." I'm
Okey-doke.
just doing it. Run through as fast as possible.
That
Quick
was
check.
the last time we saw Vale.
Yeah. Nice knowing you, Vale.
Okay.
Thanks.
I begin my casting of control water to do the same things.
And so you're going to be casting for 5 feet, so you're not in direct flame, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Are you? Okay.
So running in, you take 18 points of fire damage as the mere temperature of the air begins to sear your lungs and inhaling the smoke. And there is no reception area, no staircase or anything. You are just in a crumbling
That's-
building that is inches away from collapsing.
Let's have to 9, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, wait, no, because it was smoke inhalation kind of burning, not actual fire.
What's fire damage?
Yeah, all right, I guess.
You can always call it poison.
One more level. One more level.
Noted for next time. And as you run in, you do begin to see around you that the ceiling is about less than 2 seconds away from collapsing.
Awesome. I'm very fast. Hopefully fast enough.
1,
I'm
2.
gonna. What's the name of the spell? Control flames put out 5-foot cube,
Okay.
and if I have time, no, I'm keep running. Do I see any? Do I see any signs of life in the inferno? Yeah. Yeah.
Make a dexterity saving throw.
Let's be honest. This wasn't a good idea.
Nope.
We
I
knew
tried
that.
to stop you.
You suck
have
at stopping
Revivify.
people. 26. Sounds good.
I want them to do.
Oof.
So
All right.
I do have evasion.
So Vale, you hear the ceiling begin to creak and buckle under the flames. Embers begin to cascade from the ceiling. Excuse me. You
Next.
turn and begin to sprint out of the building as behind you. There is a just avalanche of smoke and ash from the front of the building, and you all see as Vale just dives out of the doorway as behind action movie style, this wall of flame
Look
and
at it.
ash comes behind her.
All right, done with this. Whirlpool.
Oops, I added a key point.
And same as before, you begin to cast the whirlpool, and it encompasses the entire building, which is now already basically rubble. And as that final explosion had gone down, it was basically burning through most of its fuel pretty quickly. But nonetheless, after about how long does that spell last?
It
10
lasts
minutes.
for 10 minutes.
10 minutes. After about a solid minute of just soaking the building in a whirlpool, all the ash and steam seems to have subsided. There's another about 3 people in the crowd that are like, woohoo!
Guys, look, we're famous among 3 people. It's more than
You
we
know
have
what?
viewers on Twitch.
Hey.
Ouch. Every soul saved is another soul for Derolo. All right,
boy.
where are we going next?
It makes it sound so insincere. Literally just ran into a flaming building.
Peggy, are you there?
Nope.
Oh,
Cat got her.
Cat got her.
I'm
Oh,
really-
Will,
Eh?
come here.
Eh.
Yeah, you
What?
look like shit.
I'm fine.
You're fine. You look down, you notice that you are just absolutely covered in soot and ash. Your face is completely
yeah.
blackened.
Oh,
There's like really large red marks on your arms from the dripping, burning, boiling water hit you.
Yeah.
that's not a good look for you, and I press the digitation.
Wow.
Cure wounds level 2.
Well, I imagine, like, do you remember? Oh God, it's so long ago. There was the Batman animated series where Batman just like huddles up in his cape and is like diving through a flaming building.
Is that what you imagined? Because
You
that's
are not
what it
Batman.
was.
That is what I imagine, because I have a magic cloak and magic wraps on my arms.
Yeah, but not on your face, on your bare arms, on your legs.
No, but I mean, my
11
back,
points.
my back and arms are covered.
Yeah, sure. Your shoulders aren't. Your back and
Vale's
forearms
healing
are.
11.
11.
Yes.
All right. I
So
was honestly
all
doing
of the
fine.
fires are out.
Are there
Correct.
any more fires?
Correct.
Okay.
Now
Is
that
there
that's
any... So, that was eventful, fun, terrifying, and absolutely horrible.
Glaive.
I am Glaive.
You shouted every soul saved is a soul for Derolo, right?
oh my god.
Name drop.
I meant it as a joke, but go ahead.
No, I mean you did say something at the other building too, or did you not actually say?
He did say it. He
Vote
did.
for
say
Dorolo.
I said vote for Derolo because I was... You know what? They might not have caught it that way. So, it's fine. I will... Glenn
Whatever
will
you
explain
do.
himself later when questioned. He did
Embrace
say
it.
it.
Okay, you're fine. Continue.
That's what you said, but what they heard was vote Drossig.
No, what they fired was for Derola.
No, we're here. We're here. I was trying to explain my character motivations out of character, and that's bad. That's bad.
Yeah, don't do that.
Okay.
Well, now what?
I'm not sure. Now
Is
that
there
the
still an
fires
angry
are
mob of
out.
people going through the streets, lighting houses on fire?
You do see a ton of guards heading up to the north side of town, and there is still kind of in the background the general dog barking. The general
Oh,
the general sound of a rabble moving city.
Rabble.
Well, let's deal with the rabble.
I'm going to cast a spell real quick. As I
Gasp.
find it, it is create food and water because I want to make sure these are fed. There it is. Takes me one action, 45 pounds of poons. 45 pounds of food and 30 gallons of water. It is a 3rd level spell.
The water just splashes all over the ground. Ooh. Washes all the food
I
away.
think it says in the spell it has to have a container for the water.
I
it
hope
doesn't
so,
just
because that'd
freeze
just be
it.
so sad.
Yeah.
On the ground or in containers within range. Yeah.
Oh.
Are there containers within range?
I wrist pocket out a small bowl.
Move.
Where did it go?
As a dog.
No, that could work.
Is a dog a container?
That's a pretty small dog.
Aren't all humans containers then?
Ah!
It's just
Made of
fill
water.
ones.
They're all immediately bloated.
Yes.
One of
You're
my
welcome.
players
You have been fed.
Heat
one of
water.
my,
Heat water.
with 40 pounds of food. One of my players tried to use destroy water to kill a man.
Blood bending.
He just kind of went, so humans are 70% water, right? And I was like, yes. How much water would you think that is? Is it more or less than 6 gallons? I'm just like, I don't like where this line of questioning is going.
Who was this?
That was Max.
Of course
Yeah,
it
Of course
was.
it was
I've heard
That's
of
not
people
surprising
doing
at all.
Okay, so what were we doing at the moment?
I was asking if there were containers so I could cast create food and water.
We're bloating people.
There's not really just open containers laying around the streets at the moment.
Are there barrels in a nearby alleyway?
Are there what?
Are
Barrels.
there barrels?
Barrels.
In the current district you're in, it does not appear to be a very large random barrel alley.
Damn.
Fair enough. I apologize.
That's
we must
okay.
go.
Are we headed towards the rabble then?
Yeah, we are.
Rabble.
I wanna head towards an inn so I can sleep.
As you're walking, this kind of thuggish-looking individual comes up to you, Glaive. He bumps into your shoulder, and you feel something get pressed into your hand, and he says, "Drastic senses."
Oh,
It's a
hell
bomb.
nah.
And
Oh, what am I?
Who's that
looking at
douchebag?
here? What am I looking at here?
as you pull up in your hand, you see a flyer for the Legion of the Dethroned, which says, "Come and join us at the Umber Hills."
Oh, we're coming to join them, all right. Kick their asses. Sorry.
I'm gonna go right on ahead, pull that up inside my breastplate, and say, "All right, let's go. Keep being better than everybody else," and start walking.
Yep.
Fail.
Yep, I'm going. Got some
No, I
rabble
mean
to
I need
put
a
down.
ride. I'm not
Oh.
running fast.
I will
He does
pick
the
up,
he does
I
the
will-
pick me up arms.
So
So,
you are
like-
I will pick up Glaive and set him on Elena's shoulders.
so you're heading toward the rabble, correct?
Because if I remember right, Glaive's still wearing plate.
Oof. Yeah.
He is a halfling, but he is wearing plate.
I
Why'd you
weigh
set him
about
on me?
60 pounds.
Because you can carry him.
That's true.
Okay.
I weigh 60
Just-
pounds.
Just to confirm, you
That's
are
kind of
following
odd.
the rabble through the city, right?
Sounds like.
Yes.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Or heading them off, if possible.
I wish I knew cold person.
So what you see now is as you come around this street toward the Skyport, heading toward the military district, there is a large contingent of men and women. Looks like a whole bunch of able-bodied people. Basically, your pretty normal torches and pitchforks crowd, standing outside the military district door. That would normally lead to the northern exit to the city, and they're all chanting, "Let us out! Let us out!"
God.
What?
They're trying to get out of the city, right? Or the district.
It looks like it.
Cannot.
What happens if they get out?
What's on the other side of the wall?
Can anyone make my voice very loud? Or their voice very
You
loud?
can already do that, Peggy.
You know what? This is Elena.
I
Hold
can
Oh, yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
I can cast thaumaturgy.
Do the roar.
Can you cast that on yourself or on others as well?
I think
It
I
is
can
only
cast it. Is it?
Yeah, I looked up the spell, and it is your voice becomes louder.
Can you
Or the caster's voice.
Well,
can you get their attention and try and make them stop?
And what would you
chanting?
like me to say?
Oh,
You could do what I did to wake up Xavier.
Yeah, you could scream.
Sending?
We need to. They're not gonna get through if they keep screaming and like. They just need to go to their homes.
Do you think they're going to listen to me?
Probably not.
You could scream and get their attention, and I can talk to them. Though I doubt they'll listen.
It's a mob.
I'm
Mobs
just
aren't
trying
rational.
to. Okay, whatever then. Never mind.
Of course, we're
have
having
a
this
ramp?
conversation while we're running.
Yeah.
Do they have a ram or any kind of large piece of wood?
No, but it looks like a group of them have actually branched off into an alley and are in the process of breaking down or moving out a wagon and loading it up with some massive crates.
Oh, hey, Vale,
Massive crates.
Yeah.
Of what?
how
We could
hard
stop
would it
that.
be for you to break one of those wheels?
Well, I am not a strong person.
I really just want to like flip my dagger out and just send it at it.
I mean,
Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
I can try.
Do it.
Oh,
Like we all went for a different kind of do it there.
Do it.
I have a dumb idea. I can cast stone shape and just make a wagon 10 feet in the air.
Ouch!
I think you could save the spell, but I maybe not in public.
Can we not mess?
We all heard you say I can cast shit.
Can
Sure, I will attempt to break a wheel.
fucking trip it. It's like a tripping.
Yeah,
And-
I'm gonna trip it.
So you're gonna walk up to the wagon and try to break the wheel.
My attempt is to strike the wheel in such a way that it is disabled.
Okay, roll to hit.
Thank you.
Can I try to get in front of the mob and get their attention?
22.
22. You hit the wood. Go ahead and roll damage. So you're gonna try to get to the front of the mob, Elena.
Yes.
She wants to get trampled again.
Yeah.
How big is this mob now?
About 500 people.
10 points of damage.
Each.
So you smack your foot into the wooden wheel pretty hard, and the people that were loading it up, all four of them kind of turn and look at you, and kind of stop what they're doing for a second.
Oh, sorry, I tripped.
Flave's backing me up, right?
Glaive is there and suddenly has the idea to ask a question.
Alright.
What are you loading up the wagon for?
One of the guys kind of hops down.
Oh god, he's a nose sniffer.
He's a sniffer. Take him out.
Wash it to you.
Yeah, I was waiting for that.
Xavier will have his wand at the ready.
Well, I just got done putting out 2 different fires. My friend here got almost deaded trying to save a family from one of them. So if you're trying to save your livelihood and get out, then it's fine. But if you're going to decide to ram those gates down and cause more damage, you're not going to be doing it.
Hey, what if we're trying to do both?
Ooh.
Who's in charge of your little rat pack here?
That would be Edward Drassig.
Ugh.
I'm out of the
Got
4
it.
of you shitheads.
They all kind of look back and forth at each other.
By Steve.
Probably stay.
Steve?
They point to the one.
Sorry.
They point to the one in the back that was holding one of the largest of the crates. He kind of drops it to the ground. You see this burly 200-pound, probably has a little bit of half-orc in him, but mostly human, kind of steps forward. Are you?
I was so hoping it was the one within striking distance.
They're
Whack!
all in striking distance.
That's fair.
Distance.
What?
Is this really what you want? Is
I don't know.
vandalism and arson?
I don't know why I want to do this. I want to try and switch places with the guys with that guy. Just via magic. I don't know why.
Just as I'm punching him, Xavier steps in the way.
Appears in the way.
No, what we want is to be able to speak for ourselves and have the right for freedom and be able to go and join who we want in the north.
Hey, look, you're
Uh-huh.
doing that right now.
Well, no, because we're trying to leave the city and they blocked the gate
Yeah.
Why did they block the gate?
because they don't want us to leave the city.
No.
And why did they want you to leave the city? Is it
Because-
because you started a riot, perhaps?
Well, no, the riots started because they shot that one guy, and we just all ran out, and then we leave the city to go and join the Drassig in the Ombre Hills, but they locked the door before we even got there. We weren't part of the fire. We were just here to try to leave, but then they locked the gate, and this is our city. We're allowed to leave, but we want to leave.
He's talking a lot and really fast. Can I make an insight check on him to see?
Sure,
if he's
make an
telling
insight
the
check.
truth?
Look, Steve, you seem like a smart guy.
Oh, no, really?
13.
It's kind of hard to tell. You can see that that a lot of them are angry, and that's hard to tell. He did seem genuine when he said that he didn't start the fires.
Ha.
They were always burning.
See, you seem like a smart guy. You say you're standing up for the people, right?
Myself, me, my too.
We just saw at least 3 homes burned to the ground, and lots of casualties. Those people were innocent.
One of those homes was my home.
But there were innocents in there. Who started that fire?
I don't know. They were on fire before all this happened.
That means that somebody's trying to make this happen.
Someone's trying to play you for a chump, Steve.
Look, I was in my house. I smelled something burning. I got myself and my mates here out. I heard the large crack of thunder, and we all went running.
That's what you should have done. But see, this here, this is bad.
We tried to leave, and the door was locked. We need to break down that door before we get killed by the guards.
The guards aren't going to kill you unless you cause a ruckus like this. You've got a riot.
I just want to point out that you're all talking to 4 guys in an alley while there's a giant.
Yeah, I'm keeping him busy.
He's kind of scratching his head. You're saying I should have stayed in my burning house?
No, I said you.
My
Glaive.
choice was the street of my house. It was burn down or join the rabble.
Glaive, tag out. Give him a tomato.
Give him a tomato.
Well, they've got crates for food and water.
That's amazing, Vale. Thank you.
I'm gonna. Xavier
The
puts his
point
wand
here
away.
is that
Xavier goes to tries to find Elena.
The point
shit,
here is that all of those people are causing a very large problem. If they are going to be, say, dealt with and arrested, you all are going to get caught in that too. The better idea is to go the opposite direction.
Well, no, look, little boy, I don't disagree with you. What I'm trying to say is they don't have the right to...
Stone shaped and put the wagon 10 feet in the air and leave.
No, it's kind of... one of them that was still standing on it goes flying.
Wait, did you just make it like rise up onto a platform, or did you literally?
Yep, straight up.
You don't fuck with Earthbender customs.
Okay, so you earthbended his cabbage cart.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mackenzie, you said you were finding Elena.
Yes, if she's trying to push her right up front, I'll fly over.
Yeah, Elena, survival check, by the way.
I got this. I got this.
You're dead.
I can do this. I believe in myself.
Roll to get trampled.
Again.
24.
24. All right. So you are able to push your way through the crowd and kind of nudge and elbow and jive through the crowd as they're shouting in your ear, and you're getting just pushed up against person after person. You make your way over to the gate, in which you realize it is just flat stonework with a metal gate barred shut. And the people that are there are just like kicking the door and slamming into it, pounding, "Let us out."
Gotta yell, stop.
Nice.
In the name.
Stop dressing.
Just trying to calm him down.
Your yell of stop seems to have been muffled by the rest of the crowd screaming at the same time.
God, I wish
Damn, I thought we
had
had it.
freaking kind of magic or something.
You have magic.
Yeah, but not magic that helps me in the situation.
I mean, you have Hail of Thorns, don't you?
And Elena, you are now at the front of basically a metal concert mosh pit.
Yeah.
Oh
Elena
god,
takes it.
Elena's a princess.
That's
She's
funny.
not
'Cause
ready for this.
The music
Oh,
I'm
but-
listening to just started shouting.
Past knowledge phrase.
Can I-
Hail towards.
Flying over, do I find her? Because I knew she was trying to get to the front. Do I?
Make a perception check.
Glaive, you should open the fire hose on them.
16.
As you're looking down, you are having a hard time spotting her, and as you're looking, a rotten cabbage comes up from the crowd and hits you in the head.
I
Wow.
thought it was going to hit me. I'm so glad it did not.
I will continue to look.
Okay.
So Uldoris, I guess, is still kind of on the outskirts of this. He hasn't really jumped in.
Mhm.
So he's gonna do something stupid. He's gonna go right up towards the back of the crowd, and he is going to cast Thaumaturgy
Okay.
on himself.
Okay.
And he is going to yell into the crowd, "Stop!"
Make an intimidation check.
Oh, yes.
Do the roar.
It all comes full
Not
circle.
good. Not good. Ugh. Intimidation.
What?
15.
Okay. Like a shockwave through the crowd, everyone just going from shouts and screams to a silent hush. Immediately, all heads turn around toward Oldores and just stop.
You're going to listen to what she has to say, and you are going to
Ew.
do what she says,
Who
or
are you
Drassic
talking
will
about?
hunt you. Shut up!
Eldritch blasted the mage. AA guns.
You're going to listen to what she has to say, or Drassic will hunt you in your sleep. And he will burn your home down too.
I like it.
I like it.
And then he points to Elena or wherever she might be.
All the heads very slowly shift back to directly in front of the gate where Elena is just standing there doe-eyed.
Is that a bus?
That she wanted there.
Right? I think it would have been really funny if they all turned to look at Eldorus, and Eldorus just turned and is like, where's everybody looking?
Seeing that, do I see where she is?
Yeah, as you follow everyone's gaze, you see her directly up against the gate, looking a little battered.
I'll... Once... Oh, well, I don't want to do that. I will fly up and try and get close, like, not land, because I don't know if there's enough room, but I would just come down and cast Fly on her. You can fly!
Great. I hover a little bit above the crowds. Okay, sorry. I asked for this. I was not prepared for this.
You were not prepared.
I say, go home, stay in your homes until the riot is done, and the guards will let you go.
They are the riot.
Out. Shut up.
The crowd is silently watching you, almost with a hunger to their eyes.
I know that you want to be free, and I know that you want to leave, but you are causing more issues than helping. And they're not going to open the doors if you are screaming at them and you are demanding things. They are trying to control a riot, and you are not helping.
Can we start rounding up some barrels?
See,
Yeah.
Yeah.
he was just like sitting, hovering there.
Someone in the crowd shouts out that you can't quite get the direction. How the fuck are you?
Oh, God. Should I go full name or no?
Name drop.
Full name.
Actually, is she within range of the earring?
Oh.
Mhm.
How big is the crowd? Is she within range of the earring?
Yeah.
You're one of the people.
Name drop. Name drop.
They don't want royalty.
Or they do. Okay, I'm gonna drop my name.
I'll be right back, guys. I'm just gonna go away.
So, Xavier, you had some business in Amman.
What are you doing?
So, I tell them that I'm Elena, Kowalski. I
God.
can't even get it out right now.
She's so
No, I
drunk that
say
she
it. I
skipped
say
one of her
it right.
names.
I'm just stressed, okay? But Elena says it correctly.
And you said you were hovering just a few inches off the ground.
Well, yeah, slightly off the ground. Like my head is slightly above their heads.
So everyone can see here.
Okay.
Again.
So someone's hand suddenly shoots out and grabs the side of your cloak.
Oh God.
Drolo?
Shit. Yes.
Another hand from the crowd reaches out and grabs the other side of you.
Did you say Drolo?
The moment I see that happen, I benign teleportation and switch our places.
Lightning.
How high up were you?
I wasn't. I came down. It's 30 feet.
Okay.
I'm within 30 feet of her.
All right. So Elaine, can you do that to a grappled person?
Yeah.
It just says a willing creature. I'm guessing she's willing. I've done
Is
this
Elena
before.
willing to not be
Yeah.
grabbed?
Yeah.
I'm just curious what would happen to a person holding onto her.
Well,
Oh.
it's only that creature, and if they were grappling her, they would now be grappling me.
That'd be way too powerful if they could take others too.
Yeah.
Okay. So Xavier, you are now in the middle of the crowd with two people holding on to you, and Elena, you're now floating 30 feet above the crowd.
What?
There's kind of a oh from people.
What do you mean I'm Derolo? I'm not
Ah,
Derolo.
magic.
Let's see if they fall for that shit.
Can we round up some barrels in the back?
You
For,
were yes, you can round up some barrels.
Okay. Glaive, help me with this.
I am. I've been doing this for like 5 minutes.
As they glance around, they see her floating where you had just been. She's up there now.
Very perceptive of you. Good job.
Never underestimate the power of stupid people in large groups.
Bad idea. I'm trying to assist you and make the situation better.
Let go of my
There's
cloak.
another cabbage comes flying at you, and they do not let go of you, Xavier.
Oh, fine. Misty step. Back up to where she is.
Can we see Xavier casting shit?
Okay, hang on.
Yes, you can.
Xavier, that city's indebted to the Cantata Pensophical. Maybe magic displays are not the best thing.
I don't care. This
Okay.
is a Vasselheim.
I know, there are lots of stupid people here.
I don't know what to
Okay,
say.
Cal,
Yes.
I sent you a message, and then I
Uh-oh.
used my roll app.
Uh-oh.
I
And
need
Xavier,
to
what-
know if-
Yes.
Oh.
Oh, no.
I don't know if you're going to accept this because it's on my roll,
Summon lesser demon.
but I kind of did the thing.
You did what thing?
Oh, I don't like the
I'm
thing.
gonna let him decide whether or not I did it or not, and then we're going to have issues.
Oh no.
I mean, to be fair, we were already going to have issues. Just a question of what kind.
Ah!
What does that mean? Animate objects. The ground.
No, I might have did it bad. I might have did it real bad.
Oh.
Just turns the ground into a Sarlacc pit.
I succeeded on my divine intervention.
Oh shit.
No.
Oh shit.
You all hear the crowd hush. Suddenly,
Oh no.
as they look up, and standing opposite them in the alleyway, facing toward the gate of Iman, an army of glowing blue Goliaths. Mostly see-through, like the army in the Lord of the Rings, wielding battle axes and pikes, stand across from them at the gate. One of them stands up at the head, a 7-foot tall Goliath, a large horned helmet, wielding a battle axe the size of Elena. Grave!
Order!
I stand in front of, I walk out, stand with my feet shoulder width apart, hands behind my back. Make sure that each and every one of these people are calmly returned to their home. I do not want one more casualty on this city's streets. Am I understood?
Yes, sir!
Rings out from the crowd in a massive cacophony of voices.
So once they're in their homes, they're fair game.
The people against the doorway seem utterly terrified. And as the spectral army begins marching toward them, they immediately start sprinting for the nearest alleyways.
Man, we got these barrels for nothing.
I'm just like floating next to Lena, like, huh.
I need to look up this
When-
damn spell.
When did
Yeah,
Glaive be able to control the ethereal army of
What the hell
Goliaths?
was that?
Every party member sees Glaive and he is sweating bullets because he didn't think that would work.
I'm sweating
Kale,
bullets.
divine intervention is a cleric ability at 10th level.
No, I know. I'm just reading up to
Oh,
make
okay.
sure, like,
Yeah.
what this army can actually do.
Oh. Well. Shit.
I'm sweating bullets.
I think it's mostly up to DM discretion, isn't it?
It is.
It's pretty vague. It's like, hey, big guns upstairs. A little help?
Senpai noticed you.
Senpai noticed you.
Yeah.
Senpai noticed you good.
So the specters begin chasing the people through the streets, and out of sight.
Well, I mean, you dispersed the mob,
Which is what we wanted to do.
I think.
That worked.
And at that point, you hear someone screaming, and two Goliaths come emerging from an alleyway, dragging someone by their ankle across the street. They walk up to a house, open the door, throw them in, and close it. And then those two spirits vanish.
Boy, am I glad earlier at that first house you said vote to Rolo.
Oh my god.
And soon you begin to see other people being dragged out through the street by various bits of clothing, by their shoulders, by their legs.
I'm just hoping that
and-
they're being put in the right house.
being thrown into buildings, and then the specters vanishing.
Oh man, poor Steve's just gonna get dropped on a pile of charred wood.
Ooh, right. This is why you don't join mobs, guys.
Thanks for that.
That's great.
I'm gonna go into the earring and say, I didn't think that would work.
What
I
the
just kind of mumbled under my breath. I really wish I had my people back, because this would be so much easier.
What
And
the-
then I had them back.
You have
What the
the
fuck
back.
did you even do?
Glaive,
Ah!
I thought we were gonna feed these people.
Feed them now. Call upon an ethereal army of Goliaths and have them forcibly dragged to their homes.
Okay, we can fix this. We can fix this.
How?
Food lines! Tomorrow, whenever I'm done, or whenever I have spells back, we can have food lines and make sure everybody is fed,
Can we
and
stay
have
first?
the guards take down their... And he starts mumbling.
Have the guards exited yet? The door?
Nope.
Yeah, they just go like, oh, Ghost dragged them all to their homes. We're
Elena,
cool.
by the way, that spell has 9 more
Shift's
minutes.
over.
Good luck.
Okay, I lowered myself to the ground.
Is there a nearby guard?
Well, I'm gonna keep concentration on it. Might as well use it.
None that you can see
That's
at the
fine.
moment.
Oh, fine. I dropped
Can I try and open the gate? Knock
Yeah.
on,
Yeah,
knock
you,
on the gate gently, like, kindly.
You
No
knock
one
on
gets to see the wizard.
you you knock on the gate and you're behind it. You hear someone go. Someone just fucking knock.
I say, yes!
You hear muffled on the other side, like, do we open it? No, you don't fucking open it.
Oh my god, it's Elena DeRollo. If you don't open this, I'm gonna punch you in the face when I see you next.
Oh, their Bob's back.
There's a little slide on the door that kind of opens. You see a very scared looking guard, pale on the face, sweat pouring down the sides of his face with long sideburns, long Roman style helmet.
It's met by the same reflection in Elena's face.
What?
The mob is gone.
I see that.
Now, calm the fudge down.
Calm the duck down.
No.
No.
Are you saying no to me?
We just heard the barbarian horde out there.
Yeah, it was a ghost barbarian.
What?
That's racist.
That doesn't make it better.
It's gone.
Oh my god. It's gone. It's gone. Look, do you see them anymore?
They're ghosts.
You telling me that oh my god.
Yes.
You're scared of ghosts.
I don't have time for this. I am leaving. Bye. I head back to the Grayskull Keep. I let the others know too.
Bye.
I have 2 first level spells.
Oh my gosh. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do.
Neither do we.
You started this war.
Where?
Plunged Skyrim into chaos.
Of Taldor. Where are they?
Behind us.
Can I get through?
No.
How tall is the wall?
50 feet.
You still have fly, Elena.
That's it.
I just go
That's true.
up the wall and over and onto the other side.
Yeah,
So, yes, that's what you do.
Yes.
yeah, I'm going to see how that goes first.
Okay, Elena, as you get up to the apex of the wall, what's your armor class?
I was waiting for that. In practice, we were talking about catching ballista shots.
I never said it was a good idea.
I
Hang
just
on.
did a bad thing. I regret the thing I just did.
When the DM asks,
What's your
"Sure,
armor?
that's what you just did," you might want to
Right?
think before answering
I
and
did.
clarify your statement.
That's why I said I'm going to wait to see what happens.
Okay, I'm just not really sure what the logistics are of rolling 50 archers firing at the same
Oh,
time.
Can I just hover before I go over and be like,
No, you said you go over and plop down on the other side. I asked if you were sure.
I know. There's a mechanic in the DMG about dealing with assault rifles of 50 rounds per second.
oh my gosh.
It is a dexterity of 15 plus
Jesus
1
Christ.
per extra
I'm just
3
so-
rounds.
All right, hold on here. So there's all the d20s.
I think
Oh my
at this
God.
point you just make it a save for X amount of damage.
Oh yeah, you know what? Make a dexterity.
Because rolling
save.
50 attacks is just absurd.
Roll a dexterity saving throw.
So I
hold
want
my-
to. So
Elena's
okay,
dead.
do I need to get high or low, George?
I hold my arms out, getting ready to catch her, or catch what's left of her.
A dexterity save. Okay, got a 9 on this. It's okay. Got a 19 plus 9.
All right. Let's see here.
That's pretty good.
28.
Yeah, so it's only half damage of whatever arbitrary damage Cal makes up.
No, I'm gonna actually roll here. Let's see here.
Cal, I will say, it kind of upsets me that you rolled 50 d20s and rolled out 1 1.
So you take half that. So that's what?
You can add divided by 2.
That's 75. That's 75.
75 damage. As
Okay.
a cloud of arrows go flying over the wall, you try to dodge as many of them as you can. You take. We'll be nice and say that you take about 5 of them. One in like the lung, one in the spleen, one
is that
directly
all?
in the thigh, one like kind of like between your clavicle and like the side of your neck where it's kind of piercing through the two. Yeah. 75
I'm
damage.
down. I'm
Can
down.
I catch Elena's corpse as she falls from way up there?
Make a strength check. I know you got the dexterity, but you got to not get pummeled by her.
Yeah, well,
Now,
it's
good
50 feet.
Good question. If she did make that, would it have just instantly killed her?
Probably.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, what, Peggy? What's your max HP?
91. I was at
it-
42.
Really don't want to
it wouldn't
roll
have killed her.
strength.
Outright.
What?
All right, 4.
What?
You go running up
I
to
am
catch
not
her.
strong.
You run up to catch her, and she just lands on you, and you both.
Please heal me, George. Please heal me.
So wait, does she suffer any falling damage too?
Oh God, shut up!
Hey, Elena, you fail your first death saving throw.
Yeah.
Okay, how am I?
You're okay, but you do take
Yep. Don't tell him I'm okay till he's...
4 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
Ow.
4 is nothing. Alright. I will...
She's trying to recreate the Raven Queen statue dive.
Thank God she's not made of stone. That would have been a very different situation.
I just want to point out there was just an angry mob trying to break into the military district, and her idea was to.
I was about to run up that wall, and it's like, wait a second.
I was frustrated.
Vale, are you healing, Peggy?
I will cast Healing Word.
Okay.
Thank you.
You are.
Cal,
Yes.
I'm sorry to interrupt.
You're good.
I did send you a message on Facebook.
Thank you. No, please interrupt because I never know when I get messages.
What did you get?
Well, I rolled a 1.
Oh,
I believe it's plus my wisdom.
Good news, you're not dying anymore.
So,
I'll take
4. You get 4 hit points. It's literally the only reason I have this spell prepared. So it keeps someone from being unconscious.
So Elena, who was unconscious, you just wake up screaming with an arrow still in your lung, in your neck, in your shin. You are a pincushion right now.
I didn't get very far. Did I see that
point
happen?
to George or Vale or like make a pulling motion to get them out?
You know this is gonna hurt, right?
Yes.
I didn't get too far. Did I see that happen?
Don't pull it out. Don't pull it out. You are going to tear more flesh.
Put it back.
Push it
You
through.
should push it through.
Push it, yeah.
I could just see Vale shoving it in, pulling it out. Do I take it out or do I put it in? Do I take it out or do we keep it in?
You need to push
That's
it
what I
through
meant.
so it will
I will carefully remove the arrows as to attempt to not further injure Elena.
Make a medicine check.
That's
no.
what
Oh my God. Can you get assistance from Blade?
Can I cast guidance on myself first?
Sure.
I will do so.
You'll get the help action from me if you so desire.
I desire.
Did I just see a rain of arrows get fired off? I didn't get too far.
It's just a cloud.
You heard behind you a.
Help action gives advantage, right?
Yes.
You heard it probably, yeah, and probably heard Elena screaming.
It's like that scene from 300.
Oh God.
Where he just gets pumped full of arrows.
Did you say 22?
23.
Elena, you take 1 point of piercing damage as he pulls out the arrows.
I think I have a positive wisdom modifier.
I'm down to 3.
After
Okay.
hearing that, I'll fly back over.
I'll get up.
Still keeping concentration on fly, so she can still fly.
With 3 hit points, Elena, and what just happened, you are
I sit
feeling
back
like
up. I sit up.
okay. It is a struggle to sit up after what you just took.
Yeah.
You just took what would have one-shotted an entire party of first, second, and third level adventurers.
We're practically gods.
Are we?
No. We're gods on a
Did you
fight.
see what I just did?
If we are gods, we're really poor gods.
Yeah. That was a Peggy joke, not an Elena joke.
I know.
Oh, okay.
That's why I responded in my normal voice.
Okay.
They've just hold her here and make sure she doesn't do anything
Stupid.
I
else.
cast old person on Leda.
I don't
Not quite what I meant, but all right.
Much.
Elena, make her save.
I
What do
meant
I
just
need to
like
save?
put your foot on her chest or something.
Or just sit.
I am not big person.
I know, but you're
What
stronger than
save
her.
am I making?
Whole
Wisdom.
person, wisdom, yeah.
Is he actually casting it though?
17.
By 1.
I beat by 1, or you?
You
win
beat me
one?
by 1.
Yes. But she
I did
doesn't
my
make
best,
a
Val.
move to get up. Like,
So I'll go knock on the gate now.
God, more
you're
people
probably
knocking.
watching.
Go away!
Oh,
God.
Jesus. Can you hear me all right?
Fuck off!
I just come to talk. I very clearly saw that display of military strength against one person. It was very impressive.
Thank you.
We just
Now-
need to talk to.
Elena,
You quiet.
stay back where you fell. Stay.
Need to get to the top.
Stay.
So I'm staying.
So, you may have noticed, but there is no longer a mob out here. There are only a couple of us left. We are not part of the mob. We disbanded it. They have been returned to their homes.
The sliding door opens. Look, I don't know what's going on. We got sent for a routine arresting of a rebel, and then all of a sudden someone got shot and we were being attacked by the very civilians we were sent to protect.
I'm just informing you of the situation on this side.
And I was trampled by trying to protect that citizen at that mob. I just need to get to the Tal'Doran Council.
Glaive, could you...
I'm sure you can understand the Tal'Doran Council is currently under very strict guard. No one is admitted to see.
Elena! Alright. I have a ranged weapon, right? How far is Elena? Glaive's still got a spell slot.
10 feet away.
Oh, perfect. Oh, Jesus, I thought she was farther.
How close am I to getting back?
You're there.
Teach you to leave, Xavier.
Elena.
You just see
Again.
Elena on the ground just mocking this guard.
I cast sleep.
Thank you. I don't think you need to roll.
No, I don't, because she only has 3 hit points.
Thank you. Now, the mob has been dispersed for now. I understand that Tal'Doran Council's under guard. They should be. You have done your jobs well. Our next plan of action is we are going to get some food lines going out here tomorrow in the morning. We're going to try and feed these people to appease them. What was that? We're going to try and somewhat pacify them. What you need to ask your superiors for is to try and meet some of their demands to delay what's coming.
And barrels.
We have barrels. Well, I mean, if you can provide any supplies for us to set up, if you have anything extra we can give them,
That would be great.
that would be beneficial. And it would look much better upon your side of the city. I understand you don't. This is not your decision to make. I'm just asking you to relay a message.
That makes sense.
Is his name also Steve?
Hope so.
I want it to be Tom.
It's funny because I'm pretty sure I could get him through this little hole in the door.
I'm hearing like one sound every couple seconds.
That's all right. Nothing happened. The last thing that happened was him saying, "If that makes sense."
Missing something because I'm only hearing like little itty bitty bits of people laughing.
Cal.
Hello?
Well,
I'm only hearing like one word every 5 seconds.
Cal.
Reconnect.
reconnect Discord.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Messages.
We can
Hold
hear
on.
you, but can you
One
hear us?
moment.
Okay.
Okay. We all good?
Did you switch to Canada?
No, I switched to U.S. East.
Okay. Did you? Where'd you lose me?
No. The last
No,
thing that we
never
heard
lost.
was that makes sense, and then we were hoping the guy's name was Steve.
Oh no.
Or
What he said next was, "Who are you people?"
Hmm. Oh, here's our postcard.
At the moment, we're friends.
I will pass this along. I can't make any promises, but I'll talk
I'm
to
not asking you to.
Just let the council know that the friends of Elena de Rolo are trying to help the people here.
Okay,
Yes,
I will tell
name
them.
dropped for you.
Friends of Elena de Rolo, and we're sorry we shot the bitch.
To be fair, she shouldn't have tried scaling the wall. That was foolish.
That was great.
She doesn't use magic very often. It's fine. She'll live.
It's okay. She's asleep.
Okay, where should we? If they do agree to do something, where should they set it up?
Xavier, you know the city. Where's a common meeting area or
So
large enough space to accommodate lots of people?
I'm trying to find. So
Preferably not here, but
well, technically we're right here on the map, right?
I think so.
Okay.
Oh God, I'm not looking at them.
Looks like the north gate to the military district.
Yep.
Okay, so
What's this? This wide open area that looks like it could accommodate a lot of people.
Looks like a great wide open area that could accommodate a lot of people.
yeah, there's a quite a bit big of an open area just south of the Cloud Top district. It's.
Oh, you know what that is? You know what? I think that's the quad. Is it the quad roads? No.
That's Vasselheim.
That's Vassal.
Oh, that is Vasselheim.
No, there's a big area there. It's the people set up a pseudo market there sometimes. But
And given the events of tonight, it
to this morning.
may be It may be beneficial to have some representatives of the guard handing out the food that we'll be providing.
I will pass that along.
As a peace offering.
I will
Thank you.
pass that along. Can I close the thing? No. He has like it slides it kind of slowly.
You may. See that power play right there?
I just want to cast Mage Hand, have it flip through, and open it again.
Please don't. No, please don't.
I did it, but the thought occurred to me. I'm like, because they can't see it.
Right.
So, who's gonna carry Elena?
All right, so
Vale, I got the legs. You got the head.
Glaive's strong enough to drag her by the foot.
As you turn around, one final spectral Goliath is dragging her through the street.
I'll go up and whisper, Elena, this is your new home now.
Hey, she lives in the castle down there, the gray one.
The Grey Skull
Ooh.
Keep. Pick
The-
her
Do
up.
not drag my body all
Ooh,
the way
rock.
to that, all the way through.
Ooh.
The
Can you help her?
The Goliath female kind of turns around, 6'7" tall, feathers in her hair, kind of turns back to you, Glaive, looks in the direction that you pointed, and you see just an audible, ghostly.
Gently, please.
Pick her up.
Hoists her onto her shoulder and begins carrying her through the street.
Oh, thank God.
Thank you.
Now that I remember, I still have concentration. She could just make her fly in her sleep. Oh, that was
shit. That was scimitar. Oh no.
What?
I'm gonna have to answer her later.
Oh, I think that actually makes sense.
Oh, so looking back on the 50 D20s cow roll, he only rolled 1-1.
Yeah, I know, that kind of upsets me.
So fresh.
And then 2 natural 20s.
Yep.
Yeah.
Kind of
Another
upsets me.
Oh my god, it casts.
I just love this mental image, like on my brain part here. What you guys don't see is that on the other side of that door is every single guard in the military district in a phalanx position, getting ready for that crowd to have broken through. And so there was behind that phalanx a line of archers that were prepared to fire on anything that tried to scale the wall. So suddenly,
One lone half-elf.
And they all were ready to fire.
That's 50 people with held actions.
Yeah.
Hold on. That's only half the context. They were all listening to a bunch of yelling and rioting, probably seeing flickers of light coming through the door, and they just all went quiet.
Well, no, they also heard a barbarian horde go, "Yes, sir!"
Shit, I'm gonna have to answer for that too. Ah!
Hang on,
This will go
hang
well.
on 1 second, guys. I'll be right back. 1 moment.
Okay.
This sounds like a good time to take our break. No?
No?
I mean-
Oh, okay.
I mean, we can. All right, I guess we'll be back in 10
So-
3
minutes.
moments.
Question, Glade.
And we're back. So,
A
making
very
your
short
way...
break.
Short break. Back through the city of Iman, following the blue skinned ethereal Goliath that is carrying Elena through the streets. You eventually make your way back to Castle Greyskull. She makes it to the front gate as the guards are changing their duty. They all kind of, as she walks by, with one hand opens the front door, flops laying on the ground, and turns back to you, Glaive, lifts one middle
Thanks.
finger, and vanishes.
Xavier will pick her up and carry her to her room.
She was one of my advisors. Oh shit.
That's great. But yeah, Xavier will carry her to her room.
Oh, okay. You
It's
carry
a
her
bad
to her
time.
room, lay her down on her bed as she is very injured
Vale,
looking,
Vale,
still
come
at
with
3
me.
hit points.
What?
Vale, come with me.
What?
Just come on.
I'm here. What?
Okay. It's really hard to sleep in armor. Take your armor off. I'm gonna leave.
Smart.
Okay,
Be respectful. I mean, you have stuff underneath, but
I leave.
that was quick. I barely just left the door.
Shrug.
Jeez.
I wouldn't know.
And at this point, the sun is creeping up on the Castle Greyskull. You are all exhausted and tired, making your way to your room. Anyone have anything else you wanted to do tonight?
Armor off, sleep.
Vale, did you take your armor off or no? You just
Is this a
walk away?
bad time to mention? I didn't want to get involved with this.
I didn't want to either, but I was screamed at in my sleep.
That's fair.
Oh, by the way, I go to Vale Glazer and bust the door open. Do not enter my dreams again, and I close the door.
Do we see where Eldoros got kidnapped?
Oh, by the way, Eldoris isn't with you guys.
What?
Did we notice at all? Because he's a sneaky fellow.
Oh, what?
Do we notice
So
now?
let's cut to...
Oh my god.
What?
Or do you want to do? Wait, where's Eldoris? Roll credits.
Eldoris? Hello?
Oh, I'm here.
Hang on.
Okay, I thought we cut over to you.
I'm so confused.
Okay, my mic keeps cutting out, in and out, in and out, in and out. Okay. Am I back?
Yes.
Yes.
All right,
For now.
Eldores, where are you?
So when the giant pack of ethereal Goliaths appeared,
God.
he did not know the source, and he was pretty terrified after the stunt that he pulled. When all eyes were on him. So as soon as the attention was off of him, he ducked out, and he ran. And the minute that he saw these spectral Goliaths appear, he went invisible in the shadows. He is somewhere in the streets of Iman.
Oh no!
You mean he's in someone's house?
Oh, jeez.
Yo, Doris is lost. Paul's gonna get so pissed at us.
Iman alone too.
Eldores is alone and afraid in the middle of the streets of Amman as dawn is breaking on the city.
I just imagine like a little white chihuahua just shivering in the corner with like a black cloak on.
Just this cute little puppy.
The shadow's doing the same thing.
Yeah. The only thing that would make it worse is if it was pouring out.
Yeah, right.
The clouds.
Sudden crack of thunder.
Oh.
Well, it can't get much worse than this.
Another building lights on fire.
Yeah, right.
So what would you like to do, Eldores?
He is curled up. He doesn't know the city well. He's curled up against some barrels in an alleyway somewhere. He has got his cloak wrapped around him. His hood is up, and he is just not budging from the shadow that he is in. He's very much like the lost little chihuahua right now. He is shaking, and he is terrified. As like he's watching these last few Goliaths just trounce through the streets, dragging people through the streets. He's terrified, absolutely terrified.
Oh
And,
no.
He's not moving.
Can I make a call?
About an hour and a half passes. Uldor is shivering in the cold when Vale realizes you're not there to try to call. Or are you trying to call Masuda?
No. Eldores is the higher priority.
That would have been so funny. Can I make a call? Yeah, I want to call Masuda, actually, after that description.
Yeah, so I just lost my friend in the city. Do you know where he is? Can you text him? Like, do you know where he is? I honestly was planning on it. It's like, and then Cal said it's 3 a.m. It's like, that fits. That tracks. No, I will scry on Eldores.
All right. Roll. What is it again?
I
Wisdom?
believe it's a wisdom save.
Yeah, wisdom save.
And I am familiar with the target.
Me?
Yes.
Unless
you're okay being scryed on.
I mean, I rolled low. I rolled a natural 4. Let me see what my wisdom.
I don't think that's high enough.
It's a 7.
Yeah,
Nice.
that's fine.
And I don't know where I am in the city, Cal. I'll let that be up to you because he doesn't know.
Okay. Vale, what was your DC?
I think it's like 17
I rolled a
modified because familiar.
Okay. So you, your sight begins to shift and pulsate through the streets of Amman.
No, I'm
Eventually-
invisible because I'm in the shadows. Does that make a difference?
Yeah, it does a little bit. Your vision shifts through the streets of Amman, eventually leading to a massive wrought iron gate. As it passes through, you see rows and rows and rows and rows of tombstones.
Oh, jeez.
Eventually, the vision pauses between two massive mausoleums. A kind of alley formed between them, the dust and dirt between them. You see a discarded elephant statue on the ground that you vaguely recognizes Eldorez, but nothing else seen.
I thought you were going to zoom in on a tombstone that says Eldoris on it. That'd have been so freaky.
Talking about a plot twist.
Eldorez, at that moment, you realized you had dropped your elephant, and you pick it up.
Eldoris has been dead for years.
Eldorez is somewhere in this cemetery district.
Eldoris? Can you hear me?
Can I hear him?
Yeah.
You can hear him.
Yeah. It's the
Do I
scribe all of
recognize his
telepathy.
veil?
It sounds like him. Her.
It's the face.
Veil.
Eldoris?
Yes.
Are you alright? I think we lost track of you in the... well... everything.
I'm here.
Are you hurt?
I don't think so.
Where are you? Well, I don't know, Iman. I don't know where the cemetery district is. So, where are you?
A graveyard of some sort, cemetery. I don't remember how I got here. I just ran. I don't know where.
Oh gosh, he got really far.
Do you know where Grayskull Keep is?
No.
It's south of the city. And, well, the sun should probably be coming up soon. Do you think you can make your way back, or?
He doesn't say anything else.
Eldoris? 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 The spell lasts for 10 minutes, so.
Paul's gonna be so pissed off at me.
Well, if he stops responding, then I'm gonna end the spell and I'm gonna go out looking for him, because it's probably not a good thing.
All right. Eldorez, as you are sitting there between the two mausoleums, you hear a figure approaching through the district, and you see, as you kind of glance up, trying to hide deeper into the shadow, you see a man in fine armor, almost black onyx with gold trim, and he stops at the mausoleum next to you. He kneels down, puts his arms on his knees, and just kind of sits there quietly for a few minutes. A couple seconds pass. He puts his hand up on the mausoleum, gets up and walks away.
Do I recognize this person as?
He has, you've never seen him before. He has short, not quite buzzed, a little bit longer than buzz-cutted, black hair, very thick texture to it, long, matching textured beard. Very skinny, slightly muscled, but not overly. You've never seen him before, though.
Anything defining, any insignia on his armor, or any does he have scars on his face, or some kind of disfigurement, or a limp, or anything?
No, he seems, besides the deep black armor with gold trim, he's remarkably normal looking. No distinguishing features or marks.
Am I confident enough that if I saw him again, I could pick him out in a crowd?
Yeah.
Like even by face?
Yeah.
Okay.
Eldoris!
What was that, Eldoris?
I just watch him walk away. I don't move.
As you watch him walk away, you do notice that he also left what appears to be a rose at the base of the mausoleum. So Vale, you're going to be looking for Oldoris?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So it takes you about an hour to get to the cemetery district, kind of feeling your way through the city. Getting very tired at this point as the sun has begun to rise in the east.
Mm-hmm.
You come up to the slightly open gate to the mausoleum district. Whoever had recently left the gate open. And you are now in the cemetery district.
Yeah, start calling. Eldoris! Hello. I will begin scouring the cemetery district, which is really large.
That is very large.
It's a huge cemetery.
Make an investigation check.
Yay! That's awful. Oh my god! I swear it's always good, and then it falls off my mouse pad, and then it's like, ha, sucker. 11.
11. You make your way around. You find a whole bunch of mausoleums that look very similar to the ones you've seen in your vision. There seems to be an overarching theme to a lot of the cemetery district. Like smaller individual tombs have a certain shape. The larger mausoleum ones are usually attributed to ancient battles. And as you come to one row, you see a long row of mausoleums, each carved in the shape of a kind of simple archway. Each one has a rose in front of it, about 15 of them going down the line before it goes off into a next section. And as you kind of walk past these, you see that these mausoleums are all set up as mass graves, honoring those who died in the Umber Hills.
Do I know any sort of, or any significant event in the Umber Hills
Make a history check.
that would warrant mass graves?
Make a history check.
Yeah, I have that one. Well, I really wish I had investigation. 18.
18. You would know of the great battle of the Umbra Hills between King Thirst Drassig and second-born son of King Thirst Drassig, second-born son of Warren Drassig, who took the throne, envisioning the end of a scattered war, and was struck down by Zan Taldore.
Is that X-A-N?
Z-A-N.
Z-A-N. Oh.
Who was also the founder of the Taldore regime.
Okay. This was how long ago?
Oh boy, hold on. This was
Many years ago.
Many years ago.
760 years ago.
Okay. Oh, Jesus. Jesus, talk about holding a grudge.
But Oldoris, you hear Vale calling for you at this point.
Oldoris eventually gets up and he stares down at the marker that this character put this rose in front of. What is the marker?
The marker is the final of the row of mausoleums for the those lost at the Battle of the Umbra Hills. Alphabetical names V through Z.
Nothing of interest or specific note.
Nothing specific, and as you look down, you see that there's a rose in front of each and every one of the mausoleums. Whoever was here appears to have been honoring those lost at the entire battle. Every name on the list, one rose per alphabetical section.
He just stands there staring at the marker with the names on it and the rows, plainly visible at this point.
Vale, that's when you see him because you were in that same area.
I'll walk up. Are you all right?
Who are all these people?
People who served and fell in the Battle of what was it, Umberfields?
Umbra Hills.
Umbra Hills. Umberfields, Umbra Hills. They're right next to each other.
You'll note that also the rally point for Drassig's current uprising is in the Umbra Hills.
Yep. I did note that.
I think he was just here.
Who?
Drassig. Or one of his men. There's a man, dark armor, like black armor, gold trim.
Well, doesn't matter at the moment. Are you all right?
Shaken. I'll be okay.
Yeah, I don't think this morning's going how anyone planned it.
I'm sorry. It was my fault.
I sincerely doubt that.
If I had stayed with the group, Elena wouldn't have come following after me. And we'd all be waking up to hear about the news, and things would have been very different.
Well, at least we saved a few lives. Potentially they might have been lost if you'd stayed out of it. Do you need a few minutes?
No, I'm okay. Let's go.
All right.
All right, so the two of you begin to make your way back toward Grey Skull Keep. As the sun has fully risen above the skyline, that's where we'll end tonight's session.
Yay!
Happy note ending. Yay.
Dramatic
Happy
ending.
note
Mine's
ending.
dramatic.
Sure. Let's
My
just
music
summon a
just coming up
freaking
swing.
bard.
All right. We'll see
Good night.
everyone later.
All right.
Bye, everybody.
So who think that the